My name is Parrish, Hanna. I'm the Global Director of Human-Machine Interface for Ford Motor Company. What Ford is doing at a design conference is basically extending and communicating a lot of the change of culture towards experience design within the company. We're a traditional technology company, automotive focus, manufacturing and industrial focus, brought in connectivity, very early in the industry, have learned a lot of lessons, and now I think there's an interesting convergence of design and technology and sensors and connectivity and all these other things that they come together to, come together to tell a story that's best articulated by designers. I'd also say that design these days is definitely not just about aesthetics. So the thread of the conference is user experience, whether it's multi-channel or multiple devices or multiple features and so forth, how they come together to kind of make people's lives better. Some of the exciting things happening today in the world of human-machine interface are particularly around feature prioritization and kind of a change in mode of driving that individuals are going to have, right? So right now I think we have a lot of signals, we have a lot of warnings in cars, we have a lot of buttons and controls and features. The question is, once all of that exists and it becomes quite complex, how do we start to think and change that experience, right? And maybe change the metaphors and maybe change what it's like to be the experience of driving a car versus being driven by your car. So a lot of the future changes, I think, we've reached a point where we're almost at a maximum capacity of bringing in new features and buttons and switches. So the question will be, how do we recontextualize them, sort of, to make them more understandable? So in the future, you have warnings, you have maybe a higher alert, and then all of a sudden you have intervention and the car is doing things for you. And at this point, within the world of automotive design and experience, people are experiencing these things for the first time. The car pushes them back into a lane, or it stops them, or it changes their speed limit because of a setting that you have. So the questions asked are, how do we make this progression with individuals where the car and the dialogue between the human, continue to progress in a technological world, in a humanistic world, the way you would expect it. The improvements that I think the drivers will experience over time will definitely be around an understandability. We talk about intuitiveness, simplicity, a definite thread through the conference, a seamless integration of the things that I bring in with me, my digital identity and my network and so forth, and how does that become entwined into the vehicle. I think it's a world of possibilities of content and function, and how we kind of negotiate and design that dialogue with the human is what's critical. One thing we'll always do is ensure that it's safe. So we put a lot of barriers, we put constructs. We say your buttons can only be this big, anything you build has to work through voice control, those kind of things. So all of that, I think, is possible and can be enabled through the vehicle these days. Our goal as user experience professionals and designers is really to continue to ensure that it's highly usable, highly intuitive, very comfortable, and actually disappears. So again, the thread of the conference around invisible design, that is our goal. And we think that if we do that for you, you're basically going to be able to live the life that you're after without any barriers, right? And maybe even discover some unique and interesting and surprising things along the way, right? That maybe come through the vehicle or through your lifestyle that might change due to the vehicle. So.